With the tap water of London, a rainy city, the crystals which appeared were not fully developed, as was frequently the case in Japan.
The tap water of Paris did not crystallize easily and is similar to the ones from most big cities.
In the tap water of New York, which is said to be the melting pot of races, we can see that some of the tap water crystals have better faces than those of Japanese spring water. Did you expect this? Why is it so? One can only speculate. Because the weather in Vancouver, Canada is relatively warm, subsequently affording its population a comfortable living climate, many Japanese people have chosen to live there. Even the crystals from tap water here retained a beautiful crystalline shape.
Also, the tap water of Manaus, Brazil, shows very beautiful crystals. The people who live in countries where the tap water is drinkable are really very fortunate, but the criteria for disinfection are not so exacting as those, for example, in Japan.
Water in the natural world flows swiftly, which we consider to be its natural state. We say natural, but to what degree is the word natural applied? It seems the boundaries of this word are very vague. If we say that water which is not influenced by humans is natural water, then there may be no water left on earth that can be truly called natural. Mankind only borrows circulating natural water. As a result of the increasing development of modern civilization, more and more pollution happens to the water before putting it back into natural circulation.
This habit is followed in all the big cities of developing nations. However, in the cities of developed nations, the recirculation is a closed cycle, and for example chlorine, whose negative side effects are well known, is also added as part of the process of disinfection. If it were not for the self-purifying and cleaning power of circulating water, the human race would probably already have wasted all the natural water resources on Earth.
To be able to photograph the natural face of spring water shown in the following pictures was thrilling, especially when compared to the depression that was noticeable when taking the pictures of the tap water crystals. Because of the large number of natural springs in Japan, a land of mountains, we can see a close relation to the long and healthy lifespan of the rural Japanese people since ancient times.
This is the crystal shape of the spring water of Saijo in Hiroshima Prefecture. This town, sprawling in the highlands, 500 to 700 meters above sea level, is famous as a sake brewing area because of its good water. The crystal that this spring water forms is firm through the center and branches magnificently, spreading out to leave no empty space.
From a sample of Sanbu-ichi Yusui spring water, it was possible to obtain another beautiful crystal. It is from meltwater of Mount Yatsugatake. Based on a well-balanced hexagonal structure, 3 branches stretch out from each edge of the crystal. This gives the impression of people holding hands together around the spring. The fountain in St. Lourdes is said to be a fountain of miracles. The water has hado or chi of love. More than 4 million people from every corner of the earth come to visit each year. This crystal might express the merits of the collective consciousness. A mysterious crystal expressing the glory of a diamond cavern.
On its way from the spring to the sea, water accumulates in quantity and develops into big rivers. Every river, not depending on its size, is vital for the life along its shores. In accordance with the terrain along the way, the water may form pools, ponds, lakes or marshes. How contaminated are the rivers that flow through our cities? What are the conditions in the local areas? What is the appearance of the water crystals from those rivers that we describe as limpid streams?
The Horobetsu River flows from central Hokkaido in a southerly direction through the foothills of a mountain towards the sea. This crystal looks just like flower petals. We can be impressed that there is a river still remaining in Japan that manifests such beautiful crystals.
The Shimanto River is referred to as the last clean river in Japan. Outside the crystal's basic hexagon structure, a hexagon branch is attached, and from its edge a further smaller branch stretches out. The water sample for this crystal was taken from the midsection of the river.
In the following pictures, you can see the change in the crystal shape of the Shinano River in Japan as it flows to the sea. Starting with a pretty crystal in its upper reaches, as it flows into an urban area, the river gets gradually more contaminated from midstream in Nagaoka City to a place further downstream. The structure varies according to the increased pollution, and the unconscious attitude of the people in that regard has turned it into a devastated picture.
Water from the Sumida River in Tokyo forms absolutely no shape at all. Here again, it may reflect both people's poor attitude towards nature, as well as the excessive pollution in this big world city. It seems that a huge accumulation of human beings with miserable and poor circumstances will automatically lower the level of subtle life energies. This can be easily felt every time one moves from a rural environment into a large city with a higher proportion of poor people.
The Yodo River pours into the Bay of Osaka after it has flowed southward, enriching the entire plain of Kinki. The river passes through a lot of major cities and flows as if it has been given the role of a general cleaning a path before him. It must be suffering with its load of contamination accumulated from its daily life with all the people that it touches.
Biwako Lake, the largest lake at the center of Japan, is the water source for the Kinki region. Regretfully, the lamentable figure of the crystal supports the fact that its contamination is getting worse each year.